Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here, aka Ronda without an H. Okay, so I have something fun that I've been playing with and I just want to take you along with me a little bit. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, hugs, and yeah. Anyway, all right, let's just get started. I don't know, I've been having this thing about envelopes. if you're following me, you know I've been doing this thing with envelopes recently, and I know, I'm not sure when I'll get out of that mode, but I'm having a fun time with it. And if you're not following me, why not? Why aren't you following me? Oh gosh. Anyway, love you guys. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking old book pages and we are reinventing them. We're making envelopes out of them. I know you've done it a million times, and I haven't done it a million times. I've done it some, but this time I just wanted to kind of wanted to keep it sort of neutral. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And maybe this isn't different to you. I don't know. I'm just having fun with it. Look at this, you guys. Is this just the sweetest ever? I love this. Look at that. Little bit, here's a little bit of fabric stitched on the end here. Here's some washi tape, more fabric, a little bit of collaging here and there. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Here's another one. I have a stamp that has these butterflies, and these are from Lorna Taylor, Tailored Creations. I'll put her link below. These are fabulous. I love her flowers. She's got a ton of wonderful digitals too. Now look, so we're just doing different things. This is a page from some ceramic textbook thing. Fabric stitched on, little butterfly fabric, paper, different papers, collaged, and just emphasizing, I'm like emphasizing the butterflies here. And this was the first one that I did actually when I was playing with this. And I stitched around the edge there before I put it all together. And isn't this cute? Look at that. The little leaf pattern, more fabric, more washi, little collage, different papers. And I just, you know, it's just like fun. And I'm thinking of spring, and hopefully you are too. I hope where you're at that your weather is, I hope it's nice. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day today. If not, then, like I've said before, be the sunshine. You be the sunshine for others. Look at that. Fabric, and this is washi tape right here. This I did from a music paper. A little bit of collaging. Fun. Okay, let's just put those aside and let's make one. All right. Okay, what I have done is I have taken whatever size of envelope you want to make. I have been putting 2 pages together. Been gluing 2 pages together. And this has 2 pages together, and it's much stiffer now, so it's will make a really nice envelope. So I could send this in the mail if I wanted to, and it would be just fine. And then we'll be doing a little bit of collaging on it as well, so that too will help bulk it up. But we don't want to make it super, super heavy. If your old book page is a really thick type, or some of the atlases that you get and some of the music papers maybe are thick enough that you would only need 1, just be careful that when you fold, if it has a tendency to crack because of the age of the the book, the pages that you're using, then you will need to reinforce that in some way. You can use washi tape. You can use other tape to help reinforce that. So just be aware of that. Okay, so what I have done is I have taken a book page like this that gives me the double spread, because these were in signatures, not glued in, but stitched in. And I've taken that apart, and I used just a spray glue, and have an old sheet thing that I lay down, and then I spritz it with my spray glue, and then I just do this, and then it's all stuck together and gives it added strength. And then she said, then what I did was decide how I want my envelope, how wide I want, just how big. Obviously, if you're using smaller pages, then you're going to have small envelopes. If you're using larger pages, you can have larger envelopes. That's not to say that you can't fold a larger page in smaller, but obviously you can't do the vice versa thing there. So the way I gauged mine is I wanted more of the writing to show, and because I wanted it to match, I had my flap come in. I just kind of guessed, and I'll show you how I do that, but I'm going to do it on a different book page than this. So this is what I start with, doubled with the spray glue, or you can use stick glue. It just takes longer. Whatever method works best for you. I'm sure it'll be just fine. So then you just want to smooth it out so that you don't have bubbles and wrinkles and that kind of thing in it. So let me set that aside. And I thought we would just play with this small. These are pages that I took out from the bullet journal that I'm currently working in right now. And for a bullet journal, you want glued in pages. And so these are glued in. And so I had two, and I used my stick glue to glue these together. And it's working just fine. Okay? So this is how we figure. So I'm going to want to come in on this side. If you happen to have what do they call those boards a scoreboard. I used to have one, and I got rid of it because I didn't use it very much. But then I have a lot of quilting tools that I use. This is a stylus. This is a ruler. This is a ruler. This is a stylus. This is paper. Sorry. I'm just feeling weird today. Okay. So I think if we come in about yay far, maybe even just a little bit more. So we have, that's probably about 5/8 of an inch or so. So I'm just going to score it just a little bit. And if you have a scoreboard, you can use that. And if you use them much, you'll know that you want to do repetitive light scoring rather than one deep heavy score, because you can break through your paper if you're not careful. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is fold. Do you see what I did to pop up that line a little bit, the score line? I just kind of put my bone folder, or you can use whatever, straight edge to kind of help you fold that up. Okay, so now I want to do the other side about the same. And I think I'm going to be good if I just go where my printing ends and where the margin starts. I think that's going to be pretty close. So let's just do another little bit of scoring. And then we're going to just kind of pop that up a little bit. Okay? Super easy. Super easy. So for me, you know, a scoring board, it's like, but, you know, that's me. Okay, now we have to decide which side is going to show right side up. And let me show you what I mean by that. For instance, the right side shows on the inside flap, but this is all upside down, okay? But if I do this, turn it over, this is the way that you would mail it if you were using this envelope to mail to somebody. If, however, you're going to attach this to a page or something and you're going to glue, then you would probably want the right side to show up this way and this way rather than upside down. Does that make sense? So, but if I'm going to mail it, I want my right side to be here. Now, you can also cover it to where it doesn't necessarily matter which is which, because you can also always cover all of it, so that's not a problem. It just really kind of depends on what you want to do with it. So I'm just going to look at this and I'm going to decide. Obviously, this isn't something I'm going to put in the mail. It's a little small. I think it might meet the minimum, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm thinking that I want, let's see. The inside, yes. I want my inside to be right side up. So I think that's kind of the area. I'm just going to sort of fold that, try to keep that somewhat straight. And one thing with working with book pages that's kind of fun and cool is they give you the lines. But here's another disclaimer. Some of the old book pages, they didn't print perfectly, and so they're not exactly straight. Now this is going to give this right side up too. The inside, if the inside is right up, then your flap down will also be right side up. So how much space do I want for my flap to come down? This is something that you figure whatever you want to do that way. And I'll link my other video too, where I showed you that you can do different things. You can have like a little circle here, have a little spot. You can leave it plain. You can do a little V. I mean, you can do lots of decorative things on this part of it if you want to. And I think I want to have my flap come down, but not super far. I think we'll go with, let's just go with about this. Just about this. Let's kind of do that. And let's try to get a nice straight fold there. That's just not quite straight, so we'll, okay. So it comes down, and I have plenty of room this way to pull a card out or whatever, because this is down about 1/2 inch or so. And it really, you know, that part is strictly up to you. Okay. Now we've got all our folds in, and we're going to cut out. So you can see how easy, you guys, this is. I mean, this is just, it's just fun. You know, just one of those kind of fun projects. Okay, let's do our flap first. It doesn't matter what you do first. What you want to keep are the two flaps on the bottom or the outside if you're mailing or whatever. So I'm going to take this small one and I'm just going to angle it a smidgen and I'm going to cut. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm not worrying about having it exactly the same because it's going to be fairly close. I'm taking a little more of a cut on these sides for the flaps just because it's going to look nice. And those look pretty good. This looks like I could trim this just a little bit more, maybe, to match. That looks pretty good there. And now I'm going to cut these two flaps off as well. And for those of you that are amazing with your cutting abilities, I'm sure you can do this perfectly. I normally use my my rotary cutter and my mat board to do this part because I'm not great at this part. I'm not, and I acknowledge that and I recognize that, and but I don't apologize for that because it's doable, it's fixable. Okay. Envelope ready to go. Ready to decorate, ready to whatever with it. And this is going to be a cute size. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some kind of fabric here and here like I have done, like for instance on this one. I think that's cute. I'm not going to use yellow, but I'll figure out what color to use. Now, what I want to do is pick out, let me pick out some flowers. I have fussy cut these amazing flowers. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now, some of these are Lorna's, but some of them may be mine. I don't know exactly. I'm just kind of playing here a little bit. I really need to put them in another. I need to have them separated better. That is one thing that I really struggle with, you guys, is my florals, because I love florals and I have a lot of them. And I don't have a perfect way of keeping them, you know. That's pretty. I like that. But I like color too. Another thing that I wanted to think about doing, well, number one, say I've done this, but I'm going to give this to somebody, or I'm going to put this in my journal, it's going to go in a pocket or whatever, and I don't necessarily want this upside down to be distracting to me. So what I can do is, let's see, let me pull over some more book pages. These are just some scraps and things. And I love using book pages to decorate book pages. I personally think that makes an awesome collage. So, what I might do is do something, you know, just by putting some little bits and pieces. Let's see. I have some that I've been working on a little bit here. So I do have some bits and pieces here. See how fun? And or what I could do too, and maybe I'll do this just to show you what we can do if we want. I'm going to measure this real. Okay, so this is approximately 4 inches by 3¼ this within this area. Approximately 4 inches by 3¼ So what I can do is bring a piece of my sheet music, and I'm using a tear ruler right now. We'll save this. That's good for lots of things. And I'm going to want, let's see, 4 inches. All right. So I'm going to measure in approximately 4 inches, and I'm going to put my tear ruler again down. I'm going to butt it up against here, and then I'm going to give this a tear. All right. We'll put that away, and then we'll get the smaller one out. We get the smaller one out. This looks like it's already been torn, so I don't need to do that again. And I said 3¼ about, didn't I? Okay, so we will just do thus and such, and let's see how we did of measuring. Okay. So I can do something like that, which is, which I think that looks great. Now, if I really didn't want to show anything, I could make it even a little bit bigger to where all you're seeing is just the very little bit of an edge. And, let's, for fun, all right, let's just do it. Let's just not think. Let's just not think too much, you guys. I find that is a definite quirk that I have in my art, in my arting. I overthink so much of what I do, and it drives me bananas at times. Now, as I do that, you can see on this side, you can't tell what that is. And because that kind of was bugging me, I'm not going to lie, it was bugging me. So now I'm going to give that just a tear. We're going to put that there. And we're just, I'm just collaging with other book pages that I've got out. And I love it when I have different colors of the book pages. I'm trying to keep in the neutral zone, but I want it to be, different neutrals, some whites and some, different colors within that. Okay? So let's find us a page to go down here. And what we can always do here too, you guys, is I can, for instance, let me grab another one of these book pages that I'm using, the Rags of Glory, and I can do this right side up and just add that. So let's just, now I haven't read the book, so I don't know specifically that it's all 100% appropriate. I don't know. It's an older book, so I'm hoping that they weren't quite as graphic in some of those, but there again, I don't know for sure. Okay, see, I can do this and it's right side up. So there again is like, I can do this with the very page materials and I can turn it the way I want it. And if I wanted to, I could have done that with, instead of the music paper, I could have just taken that book page and done the very same thing and had it be right side. Isn't that fun? Okay. All right. So we're now let's, oh, that needs a little more glue. Little more. I find stick glue works very well if you put it on generously and if you burnish. And to burnish is just like to take something like this bone folder and just go over it and just kind of, it just sort of helps to glue it down, makes it more solid, more secure. Okay, let's do a little bit more collaging, and you'll notice I'm not doing really any inking around. You can do that for this little thing that we're doing today. I don't want to, because my thought process is let's get you the basics, and then you do with however, you know, whatever works for you. You can always do that on your own, but I'm trying to figure out a way so that I can do these videos where they're not quite so long. It drives me nuts. Okay. Beautiful dreamer, upside down you are. Okay, so what should we put? What should we put? Now see, I mean, that's just really pretty. Just a single little flower. Oh, choices. Sometimes it's just not good to have choices. What I need to do is have certain color things and then just go, you know, close my eyes and just pick. I think what I want to do here, though, is I want to put just a little bit more collaging on this before we actually put down an image of a, you know, a focal point, if you will. I like that. Let's do that. And as you can see, I'm just using other book pages. Book pages to decorate book pages. What a concept, right? You can tell your paper, the great man said. I refused an interview. I have nothing to say on the question, sir. Nothing to say to you. Oh, there's a little bit of drama going on there. I don't know what he was going to be interviewed for, but he wasn't very happy, was he? All right. Okay, I like that. So you can get as fun, as funky as you want with your decorating. It'll all be, you know, it'll all work. I'm going to, I like that. You know, just the colors are bright. And I think I'm going to trim just a teeny bit. Try to do this fairly quickly so you're not like completely snoozing on me. But if you are snoozing on me, I hope you're having a good dream. That you will come back and check it out when you wake up. Alrighty. So the sun is shining here today. It's supposed to be raining. We're supposed to get another storm front coming in tomorrow. Boo, Bah, humbug. But today is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I had to go to the post office to mail several Etsy orders that I had recently out. And it was just the gal in the post office. I'm like, oh, isn't it a gorgeous day? And she's like, yeah, but tomorrow it's going to storm. I said, well, let's just focus on today. Let's just focus on how beautiful it is now, and you'd never know, because the weather predictions aren't always accurate. They don't always tell us everything. They're a good indicator for sure, but it's not always the way it is. Okay. Now for this piece, I think I will, I'm going to ink that just a little bit to tone down some of the background in here. Oh, maybe I didn't want to maybe tone it that much. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm telling myself, not going to worry about it. Just do it. Just do it. All right. Can't believe it's almost, you guys, are you on spring break yet? Do you do spring break? Do you have kids in school that have spring break coming up? We do. We have grandkids that will be going on spring break this month. Grandpa and I, we're considering going on spring break. I don't know what we're going to do. We're talking about, we'd like to take a couple of trips this year. Some fun. Just to see more of America. Oh, golly, how I would love to visit some other countries where some of you wonderful subscribers live. But that is not in the cards for the moment. Okay, so you can put butterflies. We could stamp some fun things there. Let me see what I've got. I bought this. It was on sale at Hobby Lobby. I got it for 50% off. So instead of $9.99, it cost me $5 for this barrel of stamps. Wow, that just, And it's really on there securely. Okay, so we've got little flowers, snails, flying buggies. There's a butterfly. Flowers in bloom. Well, let's see. Just gonna pour those out. Oh, silica gel. Keep them good. You are my sunshine. That's a little small. So I'm thinking maybe this. We'll try this kind of a butterfly. And for this, I want to stamp it on just some, I'm using tracing paper here. Let me get my ink. This is leftover tracing paper from the book pages that I have reinvented for journaling. Okay. And they've got this on there. Look at this, you guys. See, this shows the butterfly straight up and down. Now look, as I stamp straight up and down, this butterfly, is that straight up and down? So if I want, I understand I can pop that in the microwave for like 5 seconds or something, and then it gets, and then I can move it around and fix it. But for this purpose, it's going to be fine. Because I'm not stamping directly on there. Then there again, I'm putting my ink pad upside down because it does help your ink last longer. ink has a tendency to fall, and if you have it right side up, it's falling to the bottom where you don't want it to fall. You want it to be close to the top where you can use it. Okay, so let's just kind of tear these. And I'm thinking of crayon or colored pencil or something to just color the little butterfly maybe. What do you think? We'll just kind of, I want to try to put 3 like I've shown you on the other envelopes that I've done, because I'm trying to have this be kind of close to what I've done before, so you get an idea. And of course, the sewing part, I'm going to do that off camera. Like I had mentioned, my sewing machine is bigger and bulkier. It's very awkward to try to put it where my camera is situated. So my little Janome was better at being able to move that around, but it still needs to go to the doctor, and this mama hasn't called for an appointment for it yet. I just been, working with the other one, and quite frankly, I forget about it. Not that I want my Janome to feel bad. I love you, honey. Okay. Okay. So, let's get our envelope back over here. Now, 3 might be too much. I don't know. We could do it like this. That's kind of cute. And then have 1 for the back. I could also glue this to a colored paper that could give some pop and pizzazz. Let's see about what that would do. That might be kind of fun. So the whole idea is just, I see there again, I'm getting distracted by, doing all the decorating fun things. So I'm just going to take these off for this process, just to show you. You decorate the front and you do whatever you want that way. And here you decorate as much or as little as you want. I am going to put, you know what, that might work kind of perfectly, I think. And all this is my freezer paper. When I spray for my pages, when I spray my inks and such on, I will use freezer paper, but I use the back side. And that gives me this kind of stuff, which is, hello, that's pretty cool, right? So there's a tip for you. So I think I'm going to just fold this in half. Can you see what I'm doing here? And this is going to be stitched down, but you can also glue it. If you don't sew, that's perfectly fine. And vice versa, you can stitch this, like I have on some. You can stitch as much as you want, get as much texture. It gives it added texture, and your eye, just interest. It's wonderful. But not everybody has a sewing machine, and some wouldn't want to use it anyway. And that's, different strokes for different folks. We'd be boring if we all wanted to do the very same thing all the time. I tell people that a lot. But it's a good thing we're all different, because if we all loved the same thing all the time, then I'd always be out of supplies, because y'all would have already purchased the supplies that I needed. So I'm good with us all having different likes and that kind of thing. Okay, so there's, well, how come I did that? Well, anyway, one is quite a bit longer than what I need it to be. So this can be fun. I think that'll be a fun way to finish this off. I'm going to do just a little bit of, because I'm not going to sew it, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down, because it's kind of driving me nuts now. And maybe it's been driving you nuts too, just watching me futz with it. I don't know. But I'm putting my art glitter glue down. For this particular thing, I don't want to use my stick glue, because it's, oh, and I didn't need to go up that far, did I? Because the art glitter glue holds so fast, and it's a little more sturdy than your other glue. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. See? Look what you guys, you gotta catch me on those things. Don't let me do that. Don't let me do that, you guys. Let me go ahead and glue this down. There are some things that you have to do before you do other things. And obviously, this was one of them. Okay? And now I am going to glue this down again. And I need to clean my nozzle out here, because I'm finding that it's, I love this glue, but sometimes it's just a little squirrely, you know? Now, look what I've got here. I'm going to trim these down just a smidgen, just, you know, because. But those little scissors aren't going to work, so I'm going to do it with this. So I'm just going to cut that down. And that just gives it, you know, just a little nicer look, I think, on that part. Okay? Now let's go ahead, let's glue this on. Let's glue this on. And let's go ahead and do it this way this time. And actually, this particular, these pages that I'm using from this book, these are very sturdy, especially when I've got them doubled up with, you know, the gluing two pages together. They're actually very sturdy. I don't know, I might not have needed to do two. It might have been just fine doing the one. So what I'll do here now is trim this, and I'll trim this. Okay. So that'll work there. And then I can do just a teeny bit of collaging, just a little bit, not too much here. And here I'm going to, again, use my glue stick. And I'm using an Elmer's all-purpose glue stick. Everybody seems to have their own opinions about glue sticks and such. I like these. I've used others. I've used the Yoo-Hoo, the yellow one, but it's really expensive. And I don't see that it does really that much better than, you know, just the regular stuff. So I personally don't, you know, it's like, okay, but It's nothing to write home to Mom about. Oh, I wish I could write home to my mom. My mom's passed away. Love her dearly. And my dad. You keep the memories, you guys, of those wonderful loved ones that have passed on. And I know I will see them again someday. And that gives me peace and comfort. And for those of you that think I'm delusional, that's okay. I'm happy in my delusion. but I don't believe it is a delusion. Alrighty, let's see. Let's maybe just do this on this side. I think that's just sweet. And I'm going to go ahead and edge around it. Okay. Whoops. Kind of getting a little crazy there with it, but I guess that's okay. Just adds to the nature of it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just, I'm just not really doing much of anything, and I'm using these book pages, and I'm really having fun with the pages, and a little goes a long way. I mean, I have no idea what this says. I just know it's Old Dutch, and I think it'll look cool. I think it'll look really cool right there, so let's just do that. We'll add that. But I know this is an old religious book about religious families, and it's ancient Dutch or something of that when I checked into it, and stories of, and so I feel confident that it's not vulgar or anything like that. All right, let's just put some glue on there. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that just fun? I mean, these are just fun to do. Just your book pages. You can do so many things with book pages. Again, I've just decorated pages with pages. This is the page, and these are just, I only did two. This book page and this book page, and then a little bit of lace and this little butterfly on this one. Here, I did nothing. I love the book page itself. This one I covered up the whole front of it. It was the writing is upside down, but you don't notice that now as you look at that. It's gorgeous. So normally for using these, I think it's easier to have it to where this is right side up and this is right side up. And of course inside, now here I've put washi tape down. Here I've done nothing, at least yet. I may or may not. But I'm going to call that good for this video, you guys. Just want you to know I love you. I'm thinking about you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And until next video, just be kind to yourself and be the sunshine. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.